It's an afternoon probably best suited for skating in Central Park, but we're across the river. We are in for a cold one at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, longtime foes square off in the NFC East, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Giants. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback. Out of Oregon, it's Marcus Mariota.
Coming out of Oregon as the Heisman Trophy winner, we thought that this guy was headed towards superstardom, and while he didn't quite reach those heights, he did have some flashes along the way. And right now, his athleticism continues to keep him in the league. Still has a good arm, mobile, a great guy to have in the locker room. He can win if given an opportunity.
They'll run here with a rookie. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Mariota. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The corner blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a 1st down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Gunnar Olszewski deep for the Giants. Fielded at the 33. Able to slither by. It's a 41-yard punt with just a net of 31 following the run back. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former first-round selection back in 2025 out of Ole Miss. It's Jackson Dart.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 45-yard line.
Play fake, and here's Dart. Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Working out of the gun is Dart. And that is incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Jalen Lane deep for Washington. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Mariota to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Now Mariota. And this one is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, let's see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They'll fake the give. Now it's Dart. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies will try and force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Dart. Now he's going to step up and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. They give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
And the Giants first down.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing his Dart. He'll get that to his tight end, Theo Johnson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 20-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Play action. Now Dart. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it's second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw is Dart. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. On play action, here's Dart. He's got Bellinger. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
Play action now. Dart. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Absolutely nowhere to go with the football, and he's just going to put this one in the Hudson River. Maybe he's a little fortunate he didn't get called for grounding because that one was well over everyone's head.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
This is caught. It's Robinson with a Giants touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Giants get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Commanders, nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Stopped up at the 25. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Mariota. Setting up the screen, Krosky Merritt. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 46-yard line.
A run inside, Krosky Merritt. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Throwing, Mariota. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Commanders first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball.
And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. To throw is Mariota. On the move past the 40. And finally taken down at the 34.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Mariota. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Jake Moody now on for the field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Looking to put a drive together. Dart. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
A gain of 2.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Looking to throw, Dart. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Tracy going to get it on first down. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that 2nd level and 3rd, and that's what they were able to exploit.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
To the air, Dart. Robinson's got it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
And the Giants first down. First and goal.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Well, they'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. On the give, it's Tracy. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Short of the goal line.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Singletary. is into the end zone. Touchdown, Giants. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Coup for the extra point.
For the point after.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Giants 14.
So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Throwing is Mariota. That's going to be caught by Samuel. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Mariota. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Commander's first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st down, it's Krosky-Merritt. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
Those big ends don't really care what the play call is. Big pass, RPO, handoff, whatever. Their job, get behind the line of scrimmage every play and run down whoever has the ball. Mission accomplished there.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Mariota now. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And now the punter Tress Way as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. A play fake, and now it's Dart. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, Dart. That's complete to Jalen Hyatt. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Giants, first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Robinson, the motion man right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. Here's Dart. Is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On to punt, Jamie Gillen.
For the Giants.
The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Mariota to throw it. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game. That's a much-needed accomplishment there on 3rd down. They've been forced to punt far too many times already. They needed something to go their way, and they're able to get a new set of downs.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
The slot man in motion right. Mariota again. And he will find his man Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another first down.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Quick throw out wide from Mariota. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Down to the 25. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he'll decide to keep this once more. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he finds his tight end, it's Ertz. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Commanders, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Marcus Mariota. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders have got it back to within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Jake Moody now for the point after. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14 to 10. A 10-play drive that time. And a 9-yard run on the end of it. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start with a run by Tracy. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Dart. There's a short one caught by Johnson. That'll go for a gain of 7. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Washington on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, a throw for Dart. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. To throw now, Dart. He'll try and do this himself. Down the sideline he goes. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. So he wanted to pass it, but that thing turned out much better.
And the crowd really responded, didn't they? They always like it better when the quarterback who's scrambling around actually takes off and runs downfield, and that's exactly what he did.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
2nd and 10. They'll hand it to Tracy. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
This offense has converted 2 3rd downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Dart going to look to throw here. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back into 24. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. So this defense, they gave up some yards on this drive, but bottom line, they came up with a sack when it mattered.
And we know that every down counts, but let's be honest about it. People focus on 3rd down as a real key down in any drive, any situation, and they took full advantage of 3rd down there and made a play.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the 1st half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Krosky-Merritt. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. The Giants offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A little juke. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 64 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
On the run is Tracy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And 6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Dart. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn. You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Jamie Gillen now on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
That's Samuel, caught left side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Mariota now from the 50. Now he'll tuck this and run. Mariota so nimble, sliding to the ground with a first down. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
First down. A gain of 15.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts,
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Second and 6.
To throw is Mariota. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now Mariota. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Mariota.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Moody on for the field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this throw will be intercepted. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will do it for this first half.
So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And able to get this out to the 25. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
In motion, Slayton. Play action. Now Dart.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I ain't going to scan downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Working out of the gun is Dart. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
On play action, here's Dart. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
It's a loss of 8.
Jalen Holmes.
2nd and 18.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
From the gun, here's Dart.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Play fake, and here's Dart. Complete right side to Hyatt. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It was Daron Payne who got in there to make the play.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try to throw for it with Dart. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted.
A 25-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. Nifty move. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Mariota. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They'll run once more with JCM. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a 1st with 3rd down looming. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mariota to sneak it. And he's going to have a Commanders first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Up the middle, Krosky Merritt. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Mariota. Setting up the screen, Krosky Merritt. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Samuel going to go in motion right. Out of the gun, they go with Krosky Merritt. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And 10 at the 15-yard line.
Throwing is Mariota. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Deebo Samuel, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Extra point try now for Moody. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Makes the score Giants.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Off the bootleg, it's Dart. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Giants, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
On play action, here's Dart. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Here's Dart. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became third and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Dart from the gun on third down. Now this thrown deep for Slayton. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close.
Oh, man, disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there, doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short. But a huge play there, going to set him up with first and goal from very short range.
Now it's Tracy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. He'll try again. And he's going to lose yardage again as he is stuffed behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
Dart will throw it on third and goal. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
They'll go. Here's Dart. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Jalen Hyatt from 3 yards out. And the Giants take the chance on fourth and goal, and it pays off with 6. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Coup now for the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Jalen Hyatt with a touchdown catch to end the drive. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Marcus Mariota getting set for this next drive. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. A give now to Bill. This is Krosky Merritt. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Second and 9.
Slot man moves right. To throw, Mariota. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lane. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And New York set to take the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Dart. This one is Slayton over the middle. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
2nd and 7. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now he's going to step up and run. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
17 yards. And the Giants, first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Dart. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Nice job there, right, of just going through the progressions, finding the open man, even if it wasn't for a 25-yard gain.
Everything does not have to be spectacular. The mundane works pretty well in this league, as we just saw there.
Dart from the gun on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here's Jamie Gillen now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line. Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team, because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. To throw is Mariota. Now he'll tuck this and run. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that was prepared for him to try and take off.
From the 21, here's a 2nd and 7. The toss right side. Here's Krosky-Merritt. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing, but he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now, making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Throwing his dart. Catch made by Slayton.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's 3rd and 3. To throw his dart. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And a Giants first down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball? Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, a throw for Dart. That's complete to Slayton. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Dart. Touchdown, Giants! Devin Singletary. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Giants are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants.
Younghoe Koo.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Washington offense set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now he's going to step up and run. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Mariota now. Slant route connects with Deebo Samuel. Well, that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, the frustration for the defensive guys because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Now Mariota. Pass caught. It's Lane with it. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 3. Throwing, Mariota. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
That's good.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. To the air again, Mariota. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Mariota. Short throw here to the tight end Bates. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Jake Moody now on for the field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And New York set to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Singletary again. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
And this is the worry because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on third down. Throwing, dart. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Washington offense going back to work. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Looking to put a drive together. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. He's got a man on the comeback route. That's McLaurin. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they have everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. A run inside, Krosky Merritt. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Mariota. He's got his receiver, Lane. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 31-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
First down. It's a gain of 20. And the Commanders' 1st down.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 24-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Dexter Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
From the gun, Mariota. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he'll get about
about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
They go play action. Mariota. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Deebo Samuel. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Moody good with the extra point.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Commanders 30.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The New York set to take the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
From the gun, Dart.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Play action now. Dart.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Now a 2nd and 10.
A give up the middle to Singletary.
And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Throwing from the gun here, Dart. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Looking for the crossing receiver. He's got it. It's Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, it's Mariota. He finds his man, complete. That's Lane. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Mariota to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Mariota. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
Well, the crowd here at MetLife Stadium in full roar. 3rd down. Mariota again. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Now, that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No, 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 no. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Singletary to get the drive started. And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Now he'll tuck this and run. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Giants, first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Play fake, and here's Dart. Now he's going to step up and run.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. They hand off to their big tight end.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.